Alright, and welcome back to Zero Cool Gaming. And today I'm going to be doing a review of a game called Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Now what can I say about this game? Well, I can say that it is a very short game. It's about an hour long. I can say that it upset me after I bought it, and I was very happy I only paid $5 for it. I bought it at a secondhand store, and to be honest, I was not impressed. Of course, I'm not impressed with any game that's really short. Even the 5 to 10 hour games I'm not impressed with, and I don't really like the idea of games being made that short. The only games that I can say that I enjoyed that were, 10 to 15 hours are the Legacy of Kain series. Other than that, I can't really think of any that I really enjoyed that were short games. And all of them I kind of feel like were a ripoff. Like this one. This is a ripoff. And it's part of the Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. And that game was only 10 hours. So it's not like even that one was a long game, and I felt that one was a ripoff as well. And what I mean by a ripoff is there wasn't enough gameplay to justify the cost. Even though I didn't pay, I think I paid $7.99 for the Phantom Pain game. But, yeah, I mean, this is insanity. Where companies want you to pay, brand new, I think this was, $39.99 or $49.99, something like that. Just absolutely insane for an hour of gameplay. I don't know why people even bothered, to be quite honest with you. And this was 9 years ago. So, there's that. So, what is this game about? Well, it starts out with a kid locked in a cage, and some dude who had some sort of injury that messed his head up. They call him Skullface, and it's apparent as to why. And a special ops team that come to this prison camp, and it's a Black Ops military base. In other words, it officially doesn't exist. They interrogate the kid, tell him, some stuff that happened, this, that, and the other. They give him a tape so that he can listen to whatever is on it. And then you come in after they leave to rescue this kid from the prison camp. And you work your way around. I mean, it's a stealth game, truly. you work your way around. Even the first Metal Gear Solid was, a lot of it was a stealth game. Not all of it, but a lot of it was. But regardless, you work your way around, you take some guards out, you work your way into the prison section. Then you can use a spotlight to highlight all the different prisoners and put them on your map. Then you can rescue all the prisoners. And then you can, deal with the target that you're after. And that target is afraid of you for whatever reason. He's had something done to his ankles. And the tape that he has on him now is a recording of them taking him to where they interrogated him, I think. I think that's what it implies anyway. So, interesting. All the prisoners that you help to escape, some of them provide you with not really side quests, but extra little pieces of information that you can then go look for, so that you can expand the lore of this very short game. And you're supposed to make your way to a landing platform for helicopters, and search the area once you get there. And you're also supposed to find some of the secondary clues or expanded lore that the prisoners have given information about, and those places will also be marked on your map. But all in all, I don't have anything really good to say about this game. And a lot of that has to do not just with how short it is, but how much of a non-game it is. Yeah, it might take you 5-6 hours to figure out all the different things that you can actually do and how to do them in such a way that you can get all those, primary and secondary objectives completed. But that doesn't make it a good game at all. Doesn't even really make it a game. It just makes it a side piece of content. And that's being generous. If anything, this should have been given to people who bought the Phantom Menace as an extra piece of content for the game itself. But that's not what they wanted to do. It's a money grab, and it was a money grab 9 years ago, just like it is today. If you're going to purchase this game, I would honestly suggest that you buy it from a secondhand store like I did, for as cheap as possible. And I've seen them as low as like $2.99. So it is possible to get this game very cheap from a secondhand store, even today. And when I say secondhand, I mean like pawn shops or places that sell games, but that's not like their main thing that they do. And all the games that they sell are just games that were turned in by people, and they got, like in-store credit for them or whatever. But anyway, there's a lot about this game that is that leaves much to be desired. I'll put it that way. Alright, so the second part of this mission is you work your way to the next prisoner. And they're kind of like down underground a little bit. And it's obvious that when you find them that they've been held and tortured and whatnot. And then you make your way to the landing zone. You mark a landing zone, you take out the targets between there and the chopper, and then you leave. After you leave, there's a scene of them removing a bomb that's inside of the other prisoner that you helped escape. And yeah, And then you go to extract someone else off of what looks to be offshore rigs, and they're in the middle of a gunfight, and the rigs are blowing up and just, being destroyed basically. And you extract the guy that you're supposed to there, and then the lady that you rescued at the end of the other one ends up jumping out of the helicopter anyway because there was another bomb. So, and then it's simply you're left to believe that the helicopter hit another helicopter, and that's the end of it. Then we get to the one redeeming part of this entire game, and the only part that is also kind of disturbing when you really think about it. And there's several reasons for that. So at the end of this game, there's some voicing. And during all that voicing, one of the things that he says is that, your country is a country that kills the innocent or imprisons them. And it's pretty sad when another country can see the reality of what our government does on an active basis. And that's how I took that. And what I mean by that is our country does deliberately go after the innocent. They try to prosecute people who try to defend themselves as murderers, and succeed most of the time in doing so. They throw parents in prison instead of pedophiles. They actively go after people who, in truth, have never done anything actually wrong, and try to imprison them for the rest of their life, Roger Stone being a prime example of that. They deliberately entrap people. What was that governor that, Gretchen Whitmer? Yeah, Gretchen Whitmer. The FBI provided all the information and plans and everything else for these guys to kidnap her, and they still chose not to, and they arrested them anyway and tried to put them in prison for the rest of their life for the information that they actually gave them. It was sick. All of it was sick. And they did it anyway. They didn't care. And there's thousands of other cases, people. Truly. I mean, that's not even being hyperbolic. And that's just the ones we know about. Realistically, there's probably tens of thousands across this country, if not hundreds of thousands, where they deliberately went after innocent people and put them in prison for the rest of their life for one reason or another. And regardless of, the left-wing media and how they spin their lies and try to convince you otherwise, it's something that I've been pointing out for, the 2 years that I've been doing this now. So yeah, it really is sad when other countries notice this as well. And they notice it because they can see through the lies just like I can. They're not, brainwashed by our media. They're not brainwashed by our entertainment. They're not brainwashed by the politicians. Because they all lie. And seemingly they all lie about the same things to convince you that those lies are real. And it's not a good thing, people. It really isn't.
Back! This isn't right, that was ours! We built it, damn it! You spying bitch! Come on, start talking, bitch! Come on, get up and start talking!
this.
It's all right, we got it out.
There's another in my...
And like I said, it is really sad when other countries can see this. People in those countries can see this, and they call it out for what it is. But anyway, that's my rant for the day. I hope you enjoy the rest of yours. If you could hit the like, subscribe, rumble, follow buttons, all that does help. And I will talk to you later.